5 years after Godzilla defeated Kong and vanished into the sea, the world has lost track of the mighty Godzilla. Time moves to an island, now Kong's home, where he has grown even larger. At dawn, Kong joyfully plays in the water. Surprisingly, there is a young girl who shares a unique bond with him. Kong is incredibly gentle with her, always heeding her, despite her inability to speak or hear. With Kong's peaceful existence disrupted, will the girl's unique connection to him guide them through the challenges ahead? However, Kong shows signs of aggression. In frustration, he grabs a tree and hurls it into the sky, shattering an energy barrier. This reveals that Kong was contained on the island to prevent Godzilla from detecting him, as a battle between these titans is feared. With Kong's size increasing, there's a decision to move him elsewhere. The story then introduces us to Bernie, an employee at Apex Cybernetics, an artificial intelligence company. Bernie is a covert informant and manages to hack information about a mysterious shipment heading to Hong Kong. As sirens blare and nuclear towers are visible at Apex facilities, an evacuation starts because Godzilla is supposedly nearby. Bernie sneaks into secret offices just as Godzilla starts his rampage, discovering something odd that seems important for the story. Despite past encounters, airplanes fly too close to Godzilla, which destroys the Apex facilities without apparent reason. After the destruction, it's revealed that Godzilla had been missing for 3 years. However, with his return, Apex promises to have a way to stop him. In America, we find out that a character named Madison, also known as 11, has survived and listens to a podcast about Titans hosted by Bernie. Her father is alive but plays no significant role in the film. Following the recent attacks, people believe Godzilla has turned evil, but 11 suspects Apex is the real issue. We're also introduced to Dr. Lind, who is known for his Hollow Earth theory work. Apex executives Walter Simmons and Ren Serizawa, implied to be the son of the famous Dr. Serizawa, visit Dr. Lind to discuss a mission to Hollow Earth, believed to hold energy capable of combating Godzilla. They reveal that Dr. Lind's brother died attempting to reach Hollow Earth due to a gravitational anomaly. Still, they mention that they've developed a vehicle that can safely travel there and need Dr. Lind to lead the mission. Dr. Lind agrees, but insists on involving Eileen Andrews, a former colleague overseeing Kong's containment, in the plan. The plan is to free Kong from his cage so he can guide them to Hollow Earth. However, the big issue is that freeing Kong will draw Godzilla's attention. Initially, Eileen objects, highlighting the madness of moving Kong, especially with a hostile Godzilla on the prowl and through the sea, Godzilla's domain no less. Despite her initial refusal, she eventually agrees for reasons that need clarification. Kong is transported by ship across the sea, directly into Godzilla's territory, making the journey seem like a bad idea. During this sea voyage, we are introduced to Maya Simmons, the daughter of Apex's leader. She lacks wisdom but is aware enough to question the logic behind the plan, echoing the audience's disbelief at such a risky strategy. Halfway through the journey, Kong is soaked and uncomfortable, with still 2 days left until they reach Antarctica, their entry point to Hollow Earth. Apex's boss, Walter Simmons, tells his daughter Maya, who leads a team, to get the power source's signature. Apex gets the power signature Maya was after. Back in their Hong Kong office, Simmons orders Ren Serizawa, a scientist, to use this power to make MechaGodzilla work. Ren uses his mind to control MechaGodzilla through a network in a cut-off Ghidorah skull. We learn that Kong can communicate with Gia, a young girl from Skull Island whom Kong had protected. Gia conveys Kong's feelings of anger and sadness. Meanwhile, Madison and her friend Josh locate Bernie, the secretive podcaster, in the city. Despite Bernie being a mystery to others, Madison and Josh find him easily in Chinatown. Bernie reveals his discovery of Apex's suspicious activities, including a bizarre shipment to Hong Kong. The narrative then shifts back to the ship, where alarms blare, signaling trouble. Gia's alarmed expression forewarns Godzilla's imminent attack. True to form, Godzilla emerges, wreaking havoc and capsizing the ship carrying our protagonists. After a short battle, Kong manages to escape Godzilla's grasp and flips the ship back upright, saving everyone from sinking. Although Godzilla leaves for a moment, Kong, unwilling to back down, finds him again. The confrontation escalates when Kong hurls an airplane at Godzilla, leading to a showdown atop an aircraft carrier. Despite Godzilla's dominance, including unleashing his atomic breath, Kong holds his own with some aerial support. When Godzilla seems about to overpower Kong, a series of military explosions gives Kong a chance to break free. The ship's engines are silenced to deceive Godzilla into thinking he's won, halting their noise production. Surprisingly, this strategy works, and Godzilla departs, leaving the scene. Meanwhile, Madison, Bernie, and Josh, a trio humorously dubbed Team Stranger Things, break into the Apex facility. They discover that the mysterious object Bernie had seen is missing and has been taken elsewhere. They stumble upon a basement housing what appear to be skull crawler eggs, reminiscent of those from the Kong, Skull Island film. Suddenly, they find themselves on a capsule en route to Hong Kong via tunnels possibly leading through Hollow Earth. On the other side, the team with Kong decides to transport him to Antarctica by air to avoid Godzilla's notice, aiming for the Monarch base. This air travel strategy is seen as more ideal than navigating the waters, despite preceding another potentially epic sea battle between the Titans. Upon arrival, Kong is reluctant to enter the Hollow Earth tunnels. To persuade him, they fabricate a story about his family being inside. This lie, though risky, leads to no adverse outcomes and is quickly forgotten. Their journey through the tunnels lands them in Hollow Earth's core, a bizarre jungle with inverted landscapes and aggressive flying creatures. After dispatching these threats, Kong leads the group toward a mystical area with floating rocks believed to be near the energy source. They discover an ancient dwelling beneath a mountain, suggesting it's a place Kong recognizes as home. While the main action unfolds, Team Stranger Things, a subplot not many are invested in, lands in Hong Kong. They discover a test area within the Apex facility, revealing why Godzilla attacked. A MechaGodzilla is being tested against a creature, which it defeats but still lacks sufficient energy. The team hears, "Sample uploaded, our power troubles will be over," hinting at a solution to the energy crisis. Madison's father, whose role is unclear, learns Godzilla is en route to Hong Kong. As these events occur, Godzilla reaches Hong Kong, prompting Kong to energize his axe for the impending battle. Maya attempts to extract an energy sample from the ground, angering the scientist with her, presumably because taking part of the ground from Kong's home isn't justifiable. Despite this, Apex personnel armed secure the sample and send it for analysis, escaping with it just as Kong's habitat begins to collapse. Having sensed the disturbance, Godzilla drills a hole into Hollow Earth's center, affecting Kong's home. The villains attempt to flee through Godzilla's tunnel, but Kong, along with Eileen, the girl, and Dr. Lind, are the ones who successfully make it to the surface through the hole. Upon reaching Hong Kong, the much-anticipated climactic battle between the Titans ensues, laying waste to the city ablaze with neon lights and delivering the spectacle of a grand monster fight fans expect from such movies. During the battle, the three survivors emerge from the hole amidst the city's rubble, but let's focus on the main event. Kong takes the second round of the fight. Meanwhile, Team Stranger Things gets caught by Apex's leader, but that subplot pauses as we return to the central conflict. Godzilla emerges as the victor in their confrontation, perhaps sparing Kong's life to affirm his status as the Alpha. Kong, acknowledging defeat, lies amid the wreckage, although neither Godzilla nor Kong lost. There were different moments of how far we took it in terms of Kong taking a beating, but the two would always gang back up and work together. At Apex's control center, resembling a gamer's dream setup, the team attempts to activate MechaGodzilla using energy from Kong's realm. However, a malfunction causes the pilot to lose connection, leading MechaGodzilla to operate independently, likely influenced by Ghidorah's consciousness. This sparks the ultimate showdown between Godzilla and his mechanical counterpart. Amidst this chaos, Team Stranger Things endeavors to hack a satellite to deactivate MechaGodzilla. Concurrently, they realize Kong is near death and decide to revive him with a massive electric shock, using the Apex craft's energy. Revived and invigorated, Kong is informed that Godzilla isn't the true foe, but MechaGodzilla, correcting the perceived narrative conflict. In the climax, MechaGodzilla nearly defeats Godzilla, but Kong joins the fray, reinvigorated. As MechaGodzilla is about to overpower Kong, Team Stranger Things causes a short circuit, giving Kong the opening he needs to triumph and bringing the epic conflict to a close. After the fight, Godzilla and Kong go their separate ways. They're still enemies, but they respect each other after fighting together. Godzilla goes back to watching over the surface world, and Kong returns to the Hollow Earth with his friends. After everything, Madison reunites with her father, whose actions during the movie remain a mystery. We have yet to learn what he was up to. The other three characters manage to live on without any issues. Godzilla and Kong stand once more, but choose not to battle. As the movie ends, we see how brave and robust Godzilla and Kong are. They've shown everyone that they're heroes who can overcome anything.